So Expedition 33 has been out for roughly a month now, and it has a lot of fans asking a very specific question. And that question is, what is next for this franchise? So if you haven't played Expedition 33 yet, or you haven't been up on the news, it's really being heralded as like one of the greatest JRPGs like ever. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, they really reinvented how the gameplay works. They changed things, they pushed the bar, they pushed the envelope here, and people are calling it Game of the Year for 2025, myself included. So, the game is doing quite well. And for those who have finished it and really completed everything in the game, the question is, what is next, man? Are we getting some DLC? Are we getting some spin-off stuff? And that is what we're here to talk about today. And if you're new here, it is your boy Grandpa Casual. I do gaming news, reviews, and overall discussions about gaming. So if and only if that is your vibe, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because we make videos like this all the time. Now, in a recent interview with The Gamer, lead writer Sedvinberg Yen was asked about the game and its future. Now, while she did say she did not expect the game to do as well as it did, she also said that DLC was possibly on the table if fans wanted more. My question is, when it comes to this, what could they possibly do next? They crafted this story as a narrative that had a distinct beginning, a middle, and an end. So you kind of get a complete package here when you play the story. And to think about the future of the game and the DLC, it would be really interesting to see how they would go about that, because the story, in my opinion, given the multiple endings that it has, seems really tightly wrapped up already, and it doesn't really seem like there's much room to expand and have that same impact. See, when I think about Expedition 33, when you play it through to the end, you really get a full meal here. Like, the story is complete. There's not really much room to really dabble, in my opinion, and still have the same effect. And what I really mean here is, before you get to the end of the game, there's a huge sense of mystery that really holds you and grabs you with this game. And the story had you asking a lot of questions about the world, about the characters, about what's going on in front of you. Like, why are things the way they are? These are questions that were posed in the beginning and ultimately answered by the time you get to the end of the game. And with that being the case, it's really hard to see how they could really make a spin-off DLC and hold that sense of mystery. But when asked about DLC, this is what Sedvinberg had said. We're actually really focused on bug smashing, Sedvinberg says. We were not expecting such a strong reception, and we want to keep the momentum going. So we're very focused on the user experience right now. But that doesn't mean content won't be coming in the future. With the narrative lead teasing, when the dust settles, we will start thinking about DLC, but it's probably not going to be for a while. So with that being the case, I really think the DLC is going to be some sort of spin-off existing in the same universe. Sometimes I feel like when you got something good, it's hard to capture lightning in the bottle twice. And right now, I really think that Expedition 33 has had that monster in a horror movie moment. And what I mean here is, when you watch a horror movie, right? When you don't see the monster and you have no idea what's behind every corner and creeping in the shadows, it holds you, it grasps you, because you're pulled in to really find out what this can possibly be. Like, what is this thing that's going on here? And once the monster gets revealed and you see what it is, it kind of takes the mystery out of it. And now you can kind of end the movie there, because we already got what we were looking for. All I'm saying is, you get that moment where everything is revealed to you and you kind of get a satisfying ending through that. So I don't really know where they can go with a DLC and really have that same effect that the base game has right now. But what we can say about a DLC is, if they do it, they have a lot to work with. Because also in the interview, Sedvinberg had said, we have a full detailed history of Lumiere for all the expeditions, all the social upheavals, the soft cool, she tells me. We use it as material to feed into different elements to make the world feel lived in and to make the characters feel like they have a real past. For Gustav, I wrote 4 generations of family history for him, and how that ties into the fact that his family is one of the founding families of Lumiere. So to me, there's a lot of stuff we've actually already done, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions. So when we talk about the depth of characters and how far we can go with them, there still seems to be somewhere we can push when it comes to the characters and their past. So we do have the opportunity to go backwards in time and really see Lumiere and see what things were like prior to the events of the base game. How will that pan out, knowing what we know by the end of this? I don't know. But still, there is something that is captured when you have the mystery within the game. And I do feel like the mystery has been solved here in a very, very, very satisfying way. So I'm interested to see what they do next. And if they do have DLC or some expansions for the game, I am 100% down. But with that said, I want to know what you think. Have you played Expedition 33? Have you finished it? Are you looking forward to some DLC? Do you think that they can really pull it off and capture that magic that they've given us in the base game? Let me know. I'm always down to have conversations with you all. Thanks so much for chilling out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.